final community, TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report here with my special Junior Eurovision preview show. I was going to try and do this on my website. It's how I usually do these this week, but work and stuff combined to make me not be able to get everything done. So I decided to do this morning, get it up early. The show, if you're interested in checking it out, it will be on Saturday. That's today, November 16th at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube at the Junior Eurovision Song Contest channel. There are 17 contestants this year. Junior Eurovision is a little bit different than regular Eurovision. Participants are between the ages of 8 and 15. Years ago, they used to have to participate in the writing of the song. That hasn't been the case since about 2010, I don't believe. And what I did this year, I did a little bit different than what I usually do. I usually just go through and score them overall. I broke the score down into four parts based on the official video released, whether it came from the national finals or a special made video or whatever. And I broke them down in four categories, each offering 10 points: presentation, performance, vocals, and song. And because it's supposed to be about the best written song, it hasn't been for a long time, but it's supposed to be about that. And so I'm going to run them up in the order that they scored. I don't know whether this is with me personally, and then I'll go over at the end what I've been noticing online. So in any case, I hope you'll be here, and hope you'll check out the show. And it's the reason why the Kirkham Report's regular show, which is also Saturdays, will be on at 7 p.m. tonight, not 4 p.m., because I want to have time to cover the show. So, let's get started. In the number 17 slot is Malta. The song is Silla Sekenya. I'm gonna butcher these because I don't speak Maltese. By Ramirez Siberis. He's a native of Cambodia, but he's grown up in Malta. He is 12 years old. The song translates to Little Star. And while the song itself, I actually sort of like, I'm not a big fan of the song, the presentation is very static. Let's put it that way in the video. And the performance itself wasn't half bad, but I don't know if it's up there where it really should be. I'm not a huge fan of the song, and sadly, it seems like most of the fandom is on with me, as most of the fan polls I've checked have it in dead last place. And 17th, Malta, and Stilla, Ckezkna. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. From Ramirez Siberis. He comes in with a total score of 25 points out of a possible 40. At number 16, the Netherlands, and Music by the band Stay Tuned. It's three young ladies and a young gentleman, performed in Dutch and English. This is just too cutesy poo for me. I am not a big fan of stuff like this, and it's a bunch of kids who seem to be out having a club night, and I'm like, yeah, from 3, 11, and 12-year-olds, I can believe this. The song is, I think, one of my least favorite songs of the show, although it's well performed and it's well put together. The song itself might be better with a better video. Presentation, I gave it a 5. I just don't like what they're doing in the video. I would prefer the performance video, in all honesty, which I normally don't do. Performance, they get a 7. The kids are all decent singers. They're not terrific. The vocals were good. And the song itself got a 7. Total of 26 for the Netherlands and Music. Next up, in 15th place, San Marino. This is the first time they've been back in Junior Eurovision in quite a while. Another girl group, all-girl group this time. Idols SM performing Comme Noi, performed in Italian. That translates to Like Us. Again, this is a little too cutesy for me, and it's aimed at teenage fantasies. That's the whole point of the song. The English lyrics talk about a female girl fantasy, about different fantasies they're having. So I don't relate. I mean, I'm a 60-plus-year-old guy. I don't relate. Kids do, although it's not. Again, it's in the middle of the pack for most of the fans from what I've been able to see. 7 for presentation, 7 for performance, 7 for vocals, and a 6 for the song itself, a total of 27 points. In 14th place, and this I feel bad because it's one of the favorites, Spain and Chloe De La Rosa performing Como La Lola. That is a mouthful. In Spanish, it translates to Like Lola. This is a little bit more believable. And I like the song. I like the performance. But the song itself is a little girl who wants to be like her idol. In this case, it's an Italian singer, musician, and actress. Lola, I've forgotten the last name. It translates Like Lola. The video itself, again, is a little too cutesy pie for me, but I do like Chloe. She's got a good voice, and I think that there's interesting aspects to the song, but I'm not really sure. Again, it's not my cup of tea, but it is a popular song. It's generally been finishing in the top 5 in most of the fandom videos I've been checking. Spain has almost won twice now, and France has kept them from it. France has won 3 out of the last 4 years, and it's not a bad song, but it's not terrific. A 6 for presentation, an 8 for the performance, a 7 for the vocals, and a 6 for the song, giving it also a total of 27 on my list. Next up, another song that seems to be either way up or way below. It's dividing fans really well. Georgia at number 13, Andrea Pucarzadeh, I believe it's pronounced, and To My Mom, performed in Georgian. It is a song about a son's love for his mother, and that is always a real universal theme. Unfortunately, like the Maltese entry, this video is just so stagnant. It's Andrea standing in the woods singing. The camera moves a few times, and this kid has got a powerful voice, but I don't like the presentation at all, and it really knocked the score down. It would have been higher had the presentation been better. I gave it a 5 for presentation. It got my lowest score for presentation overall. A 7 for the performance and 8 for vocals. Andrea has an incredible voice. He won the equivalent of the Voice Kids in his country this year. And number 7 for the song. Again, a total of 27. In 12th place, Germany, and Save the Best for Us by Bjarne, I believe it's pronounced, performed partially in German and partially in English. This is a good song about kids wanting the world left to them in a state where they can live comfortably and help improve. It's basically the previous generation sucks, leave us the best, so we can help continue to build on it. The sentiment of the song is okay. I did give it an 8 for the song because I like what they did. Bjarne is a good vocalist. He's only 10 years old. But he's not. The presentation is just, what the hell were they thinking? I realize, and you have to realize sometimes, that Junior Eurovision is not Eurovision, but they still have mind-blowing presentations on some of these, and some of the countries just don't think of that. Germany did not think of that. He's walking along what looks like a sandbar in a lake in play clothes. And I'm like, what the hell? You couldn't have dressed him better? He's a cute kid, and he's got a good voice, but I'm not sure. This is angling toward the bottom half of the contestants this year. A 6 for presentation, a 6 for performance, a 7 for the vocals, and an 8 for the song itself and its vibe, giving it a total of 27. It is the final of the 4 songs that got 27 points from me. In 11th place, and again, this song is dynamite. Not so much the lyrics, but the performance. But its presentation completely sucks the room dry. Poland, Dominik Arim and All Together, performed in Polish and English. It's about bringing people together. Great sentiment behind the song, although the song itself is not that great. The lyrics are, but the music is not. Dominic is an amazing vocalist. He's one of the best vocalists this year. But again, the presentation is so stolid, so deadly boring. This is what I said a couple of years ago, 2021 Eurovision, when Måneskin won. That contest was Jean's Tears to lose, and he lost it with a deadly boring live presentation for To Universe. Great song, still my favorite from that, one of my favorites from that contest. And he should have won, and he did win the jury, but he did not win the public. And that I'm convinced it was that terrible live performance. So Dominic needs to up his live game. The live performances will make a big difference in the voting that happens after. Now, I'll talk about that in a minute, the voting, how it's done here. It's done differently than Eurovision. But the song itself is okay. Dominic is brilliant, and his performance is brilliant. I wish they had staged it better. A 6 for presentation, an 8 for performance, an 8 for vocals, and a 6 for the song gives it a total of 28 points. In 10th place, France, Titouan and Comme ci, comme ça, which translate, I always wonder what that phrase meant because it's in every French song you hear. It stands for like this, like that. And again, I like this kid. He is really talented and is going to be a big star in France. But the presentation is like, what were you thinking? At least it's not deadly boring. Unfortunately, you can only see him half the time. They stage it in a very busy train station. And I'm like, what the frick? The song itself is but his performance is great. I like Titouan. He is one of the older contestants at 14, and he is really an appealing kid. He has a wonderful voice. And the song itself, it's the presentation again, and the song is just kind of pedestrian. It's a typical French pop song. Now, I'm going to be honest. I have not liked any of France's winners the last 3 years. I could not stand the 2020 winner, and I absolutely loathed last year's winner. And it's like, I don't understand what people are going for here. If Titouan was not such an appealing performer, I would not like this song. But as it is, I like him, and I like the way his he's an incredible vocalist, and so it scores a 28 also. 6 on presentation, 6 on song, and 8 on both performance and vocals. I really would love to give this higher, and it probably would have gotten higher. It's the best of all the songs France has entered since I've been watching Junior. Had they done something different with the video, I don't know. In number 9 place, Portugal, Victoria Nicole and Esperança, which is hope. She is performing in Portuguese and Spanish. I believe Victoria is the one that said that she was born in South America originally, but moved to Portugal as a young girl. This song is just mind-blowing. And not so much, again, the song itself, but the performance. She is terrific. Her vocals are possibly the second most powerful vocals of all the girls in the contest. We'll get to Annabelle in a few minutes. I like the song. Again, the staging could be a little better. But I enjoy the song, and I think it's going to do well for her. She's another one that's a favorite in the contest. I gave it 7, 8, 8, and 7 in presentation, performance, vocal, and song for a total of 30. In 8th place, Cyprus and Maria Pissarides, I think it's pronounced, and Crystal Waters Greek and English, the languages it's presented in. This again is about the future and how it's presented to the current generation. And it's also a mix of fun and lighthearted stuff in addition to the serious theme. Um, Her performance is spectacular. The video is one of the best. I love the way that the presentation is done on what looks like Cyprus, probably somewhere on the beach. Really fantastic. Maria gets an 8 for presentation, an 8 for performance, a 7 for vocals, and a 7 for the song. Total of 30 out of 40. Next up, another favorite, Nicole Cabelli and Valoj from Albania, performed in Albanian. Valoj translates to dance. She might be the one that was born in South America. I've forgotten. I've been through so many of these the last couple of weeks. Another great song, another well-presented song, although not quite as well as Crystal Waters. Again, she is an incredible vocalist for 11 years old. Absolutely will blow your mind. I really think that this has a shot at the top because it's popular with the fans, and I think it's going to be popular with the judges too. We will see what happens. Valaj from Nicole Cabelli, Albania, in 7th place. She gets a 7 for presentation, an 8 for performance, an 8 on the vocals, and a 7 for song, again tying with 30 points. All right, we're moving into the top 6 now. These are the songs that I love. I've loved all 6 of these, and I'm not sure which one. Two of them actually have a shot at winning because they're really popular with the fandom. I don't know about one of them because it seems to be up on some and way down on the others, but we'll get to those in a minute. In 6th place, North Macedonia and Marathon by Anna and Alexei, sung in Macedonian and English. I'm a sucker for North Macedonia. I don't know why. There are certain people that go for certain countries, and in the regular Eurovision contest, I actually gave Tamara Tedeskev's Proud my #1 slot in 2019. I just thought she was amazing. I liked both of Vasil's follow-ups in 20 and 21. They have not performed often in the junior contest, but this year I love this song, and while I'm not crazy about the presentation of the video, which is basically, the song is Marathon, you have to keep going to get to your goal, and it's a really great song. Anna, who is 14, and Alexei, who is 13, terrific together, and the only duo in this year's contest. And the video itself could be a little better, but it is at least way more creative than some of the others. They come in 6th place with a 7 for presentation and an 8 across the board for performance, vocals, and song, giving them a total of 31. The same can be said for number 5 on my list, Ireland and Enya Cox-Dempsey, performing in Irish, Lachelle, I believe it's pronounced. It's together in English. Oh wow, this vocal. Enya is an amazing singer. She's 13, really amazing stuff coming out of this voice. The presentation is a little questionable. It's not that I don't like it, but she's a little young to be wearing a dress that short, surrounded by other dancers. And I mean, we're talking like above the knee short. It's a dance song, so I mean, it's fine that they do that. But I think she's trying to convey too much of an adult attitude for a song that is mostly, friends being together and countries coming together and all that stuff. But her vocals will knock your socks off. She is fantastic. In number 5 on my list, Enya Cox-Dempsey and Lachelle gets a 7 for presentation and 8s across the board for performance, vocals, and song, giving her a total of 31 also. All by herself, hisself, in 4th place. And I don't know what it is. So many of the the fandom, they don't like this song. And I'm like, why? It's cute. The song is nice. The presentation is mind-blowingly good. I think it's really sweet. Pajama Party from Simone Grande, representing Italy. He's singing in Italian and English. It's a bit weird that a boy is hosting a pajama party, unisex pajama party. But that's American standards. I don't know how they do things in Italy. But it's not really a pajama party. It's about kids getting together and having fun. They're sharing food, they're playing games, they're having fun dancing. It's all about sharing the joy and the love of being friends. I love the message behind this song. I love the presentation, although it does come across a little bit as a very well-to-do kid. I mean, because he's got this mansion, he's got all these kids in. That's a little pretentious, but Simone is an incredible singer, and I really would like to see. This is one of those songs that I love and would not be disappointed to see win. And this is so, it compares in feel and style, the video does, to last year's winner, which I couldn't stand, and which was Oh Mama from, I've forgotten the kid's name, from France. I just did not like that song, and or the presentation. This one I love, and I want it to do better than it's doing with the fans. 8s across the board in every category for a total of 32. In third place, she is the oldest performer in this year's show, I believe. I don't know. Maybe Tituan beats her by a couple of months. Annabelle from Estonia. She is doing Tanavad in Estonian. Tanavad translates to streets. This girl is going to be a superstar. I can say that up front. Junior Eurovision, over the years, has produced a number of young performers who have gone on to be big stars on their own and also on the parent Eurovision. The most, perhaps the best known was Destiny from Malta, who represented, won 2014 Junior with Not My Soul, and then represented in 20, which was canceled, in 21 at the regular Eurovision. Incredible vocalist, but also Alex Balabanov, who came out of the 2020 contest, now going by the Multiverse with some current singles out there. Annabelle is going to do the same thing. This girl is amazing. Vocals, top notch. Presentation, about having fun on the streets, keeping your eye and making sure everybody's safe, doing what you have to do. Also a great presentation. The performance knocked my socks off. The song, well written. Everything across the board was fantastic. 8 for presentation, 8 for performance, and 9 for vocals, and an 8 for the song. Gives her a total of 33. There was a slight chance and a tie for 33 in the runner-up position. And my gut tells me he has a major shot at the winning this year, because the song is just so damn good. And the performance is just so damn good. And the vocals are so damn good. But I didn't particularly care for the presentation, and the official video came from the Ukrainian finals. The Ukraine, number 2, Hear Me Now by Artem Kotenko, performed in Ukrainian and English. This kid's vocals will not, as he's 12 years old, his vocals will knock your socks off. The song, very much a plea for tolerance, very much saying, let's stop the war and get out there, because Ukraine is still in the middle of this terrible war with Russia. This kid is appealing all the way across the board, and his vocals are top-notch. Unfortunately, I didn't like the finals presentation, which was the official video, and I love the song. Overall, I think it's probably my top pick for sentimental favorite, but it is in second place on my score list with a 7 for presentation, an 8 for performance, and 9 for vocals and song, giving Artem Kotinko from the Ukraine a 33 out of 40. And at the top of my list, with a total of 34 out of 40, is Leo from Armenia. This 11-year-old kid is amazing on screen. The presentation was great. His vocals are great. The song, which talks about how he would show a new alien friend from outside Earth what Earth is about, is amazing. The song is called Cosmic Friend. It's performed in Armenian and English. Really wonderful sentiment, particularly when you read the English lyrics. Leo is cute. He's got the girls behind him. The song is placing in the top 5 in a lot of the online stuff that I've seen. He's got a shot at winning the whole thing, and he is just brilliant from beginning to end. An 8 for presentation, an 8 for performance, a 9 for the vocals, and a 9 for the song. As I said, a total of 34. That is the 17 songs on this year's Junior Eurovision contest. Now, Junior Eurovision is scored a bit differently because voted a bit differently. It isn't done the same way as the regular parent show is. For the past 24 hours, until right before the show begins, the voting lines have been open. People are allowed to call and vote and do their voting ahead of time. Then they shut down for the duration of the show up to where the vote now starts, and you get an additional 20 minutes to vote. So a lot of the votes are coming in without ever having seen the live performance of the song, which that bugs me. That's the way they do it. That's the way they've always done it. But that bugs me. I really don't like that. Eurovision, you're not allowed to vote until everybody's performed. In Junior Eurovision, it doesn't work that way. But people can vote again after they see it. The online stuff that I've been watching seem to favor. They like Leo from Armenia. They like Artem from the Ukraine. They like Tetuan from France. They like Maria from Cyprus, Nicole from Albania. They like Estonia, Annabelle, and Ireland, Enya. Some people like Dominic, but again, they're on the same I am. I've seen people really love the song, but they don't like the presentation, and people really don't like the song or the presentation. I get the same thing for Pajama Party from Italy and Malta. I think Malta is a foregone conclusion. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a single positive review of the song. It's a shame because Ramirez is a good singer, but I don't know. We'll see. Junior Eurovision is today on the Junior Eurovision YouTube channel at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, if you'd like to catch it. As a result of it being on, the Kirkham report will be delayed until our later time slot, 7 p.m. Today, so I have time to cover the show on this week's show. It's going to be a lot of fun. It always is. It is coming from Spain this year, from Madrid. France passed on the hosting because they'd hosted 2 of the last 3, having one in 2020 and 2022, and also last year. So Spain is hosting this year in Madrid. It's an incredible set. We've got some great hosts. It should be a lot of fun. And I urge you to check it out if you haven't done so, because these kids, a lot of them, are the future of music, at least in Europe and Asia. And as I said, Destiny, we've seen Destiny come out of the adult here and go on to adult Eurovision. Alex Balabanov, the multiverse. Alex, change the name, will you please? Also doing well. And some of these kids could very well do the same. We'll see this afternoon. For this year's Junior Eurovision preview, I'm TC Kirkham, the TKR Kirkham Report and TKR Video Central. I hope you'll enjoy it, and I hope you'll watch it. I will see you on the interwebs. Ciao, baby.